All right, ladies and gents, Ben Pakulski back here. We just finished up a chest workout, sticking with the theme of the day. We're gonna teach you guys the difference between a dumbbell and a barbell bench press. Why is it different? Why should you do both? Or which one should you do according to your specific goals? So if you're looking to build your chest, ideally you need to hit your chest from many different angles. Doing a dumbbell and a barbell is essentially the same movement or the same strength curve, except there's a slightly different force on your triceps and on your delts. So let's look at it like that, and the range of motion can be slightly greater on a dumbbell, obviously, if you can get a little further back. So if I'm using a barbell, the natural tendency of my hands is going to be to push out. So if I do that, Matt, stick your hands out. So if Matt's doing a barbell press, his natural tendency is going to push here, because that's just the way your body, if your hands are slightly outside of your shoulders, the natural friction of the universe is going to have you pushing this way. So what happens, Matt, if you shove this way? Like what contracts? Triceps, everything on the outside contracts. So you're going to recruit your triceps quite a lot. It tends to put a lot of strain on your elbows, maybe even less tension on your pec. If you learn to manipulate the concept of intention, you can thereby reverse it, push in, and what contracts?
Chest.
Your pecs and your biceps. So learning the concept of intention will really help you reverse the overload on the triceps on a barbell. Whereas with a dumbbell, how do you manipulate dumbbells? Matt, I'm gonna have you lay down for this one. Go ahead, lay down. Okay, this is really, really subtle, so you guys really want to pay attention to this. At the bottom of the rep, come down. So right now, Matt's wrists and hands are directly over his elbows. That means he has pretty good tension going through his chest and pretty even distribution between his tricep and his biceps. If he brings his hands slightly inside of his elbows, what happens? Less of an angle at the elbow means more of a tricep recruitment. So if he brings his hands inside the elbow, no, don't move your elbows. His hands inside the elbow simply means it's going to be more tricep recruitment, and thereby the chest is actually going to be doing less work as far as the percentage of the whole. If Matt were wanting to isolate his chest a bit more, he would actually take his hands slightly outside, don't move, slightly outside of his elbows. Now he takes the tricep out of it, and his pecs are forced to work more. So if you guys are looking for optimal pec recruitment, big stretch at the bottom, full shoulder retraction, depress your shoulders, hands slightly outside the elbow, engage the pec from there, Matt, squeeze, and push through. So remember, the one most important thing you can do when you're trying to build any muscle is engage the working muscle first. So take all these other ancillary muscles out by doing this. We retract, we depress, we pull back, we make sure the hands are slightly outside the elbows, everything else is relaxed. We engage here, squeeze, and then push through. And it's by squeezing the elbows together. Most people are too focused on moving that weight. Forget about the weight. The only thing you're worried about is the position of your humerus. So Matt's thinking about bringing his bend your elbows. Bringing the humerus back and the humerus together. Humerus back, humerus together. So he's thinking about bringing his elbows together. Because if you do that, look at that, how contracted that pec is versus doing this. Bend, relax, relax, this. Most people end up doing that. So you see the relative position of his humerus is here versus there. So the pec's going to get a lot more short there. So that's one of your considerations when training with dumbbells. Pay attention to the position of your elbow and your humerus and forget about the position of the dumbbell. Deep back out.